cinematic experience. Months of work at this point.
It's all led to this.
Crank it, dude. Oh, yeah.
I really want this to play smoothly.
I love it though. The texture, it's moodier
Oh yeah.
than the gray for sure.
Let's just give it a second.
Just let it
Let it render.
pre-render. Yeah, because I started learning the drum part for this before Thanksgiving.
It actually does kind of look like what I expected, I guess. It's pretty saturated.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I didn't know quite how to treat the news footage with the 4x3. Some of it I kept, some of it I didn't. Girl, Cybertruck. When a mirror speaks, the reflection lies. You know, the glass is breaking. Because, like, mirrors are made of glass.
Right.
And, like, the promise was that it wouldn't break.
But
the reflection lies. Subtext.
It's the
good.
speech between the lines.
Got it. It's the visual subtext, man. There it is. My boy. Yeah, it looks sick. It looks less like a rap video than I thought it would end up looking like, which is what I was trying to avoid.
You're trying to avoid a
I was
rap
trying to
video?
avoid looking like a rap video.
I just kind of did it like this color scheme is very like standard Kodak 70s film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Saturated.
Matching
The
the
blues and the reds are poppy.
Yeah. Matching the 80s, the original. I think probably shot that on tape.
Oh, it looks like a VHS camera.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. I just kind of hope for the best, but it might be significantly different with the coloring. So
I think it's going to be each of the characters is going to pop a lot more
that's good.
because there's less just like wash.
Like fighting, yeah. It's like everything's fighting to be the forefront.
I don't get why it's like rendering every other second. But DaVinci has it with it. So.
Oh yeah, dude, and I just love how that ambulance just happened to go by like at the exact same time. It was like perfect.
Oh, you have CNN in the background.
Of course, dude.
That's good.
Laying in there.
Man, those lens flares.
Spicy, so good. Spicy.
Okay, cool. This is yeah. I wanted to start out really saturated, and then like as it goes, I'm gonna change it so it gets less saturated and like grungy. So like on the final spinning shot, you're like you can. It feels a little bit different.
Right.
It's not gonna look crazy different, but
It's the little touches. Yeah, for sure. That was a creative element to the color too. And so I was like, I know I can't do it. So
just wants to look good enough, you know.
that's all I
We'll do a couple before and afters. You can see like what it looks like before and after the color.
Yeah. I love how there's always background motion too. I think I'm glad we shot it that way, and I purposefully chose the shots that had that too.
Because like when we were shooting for it, like I think we were both thinking that, but we didn't, like, it wasn't
Yeah,
like something
nobody
we really thought
communicated.
about.
Yeah.
Or, like said out loud.
But
Like
like
we waited for the train.
the train was moving, like there's traffic in the background, you know.
Mhm.
There's always stuff happening. It never gets boring.
The little shot of you, I think it's like faded in with everything, but when I'm coloring, I break them out into groups, so like none of the fading is there, so it's easier to color. So
Oh.
there's that one shot of you like kind of like squat hopping, running with the bass. I think.
Yeah.
It's so funny by itself.
The power of editing can make cringy stuff look cool. Kim Kardashian as president. Dude, if that happens in like 20 years, I'm gonna point to this video and go, yo,
I called
it.
Yep.
I don't think I will, but still, it's just crazy that like, why is she there?
Yeah.
You know, like
What was that even for?
she was talking about like prison reform, I think.
Oh yeah, 'cause she's like a lawyer now or something.
It's like that is Colton personality at its finest. Like the only reason she's there is because her last name's Kardashian. You know, there's literally no other reason why she would be standing and like nobody seemed to like remember it. Like it just kind of happened. And
Oh,
it just
yeah.
kind of like
Kind of left
went
everybody's
away.
consciousness.
Yeah, it's like, why are we not like still like laughing at this? Okay, here we go.
All right.
The first full watch. The green heavy tank. I know you hate it. I know your dreams. I have a dream. I know your dreams. Here you go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was hard to find Trump genuinely smiling. It was hard. Take it. I like that better, but the grave, when we were walking by.
The leader speaks that
I left it underneath in case I wanted to switch it. It actually fit. But if you don't know what the grave is, it's what was it? Oh yeah. Okay.
You like bring them up a little bit?
Yeah, I kind of come in and out on the opacity.
They're all a little bit darker than they were, so you have to like turn to opacity somewhere.
Okay.
Unless you like it.
I got maybe a little bit there. I think this was the second shot.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So good working. I love that push. So good. It feels like a dolly shot, but it's not.
So it's a little like jumpy. Jumps there.
It's fine. I think it works. So I haven't really touched this yet.
This is really fun.
Also, the text has the problem where it's
Censorship.
because sometimes the text plus does that.
Cool.
That's all I did.
Sick, dude.
Nice.
Sick.
It's looking really good.
Will you help?
Yeah. I did help a little bit.
All those drum shots with the flashing light.
Dude, that was me.
It's like this
Key
shot.
light flipper.
So right here, like this is the kind of stuff that is like pretty interesting. Maybe this
So
is
you
just
got.
do your quick basic contrast pass. Boom. It's pretty close. Some saturation and like selective color saturation.
Mm-hmm.
And then your lift creative. So you take all the. There's a lot of ways to do it, but basically you take the dark tones, and I balanced out that green and kind of like cut through that.
Oh yeah,
And so now it's like crisp and like a little bit blue. And then
a
you
little
take this-
cooler.
Yep, and then this last one you almost can't even tell. Oh, but it's a skin tone pass. So
Yeah, because I'm pretty white, so.
it's just
Gotta
like there are, every once in a
take care
while
of
you
that.
get this like in the shadows your skin more than it really is. So then you have to like cut it out a little bit. I like bent the skin tone area a little bit, and then on the curves. So on my saturation curves, or like my color hue. So you can what you do is you can mess with these, and it consistently changes it across. It's like smooth, so there's no artifacting. And then this you can see like which
Oh,
ones are
yeah.
roasted and cut. That's how you can make like film.
Make it look like a
replications.
film.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we haven't really saturated on this.
I
I'm
dig
gonna
it.
Give it another look tomorrow.
I dig it.
Kind of see what my eyes thinking.
Cool. Well, there we go.
I like it.
Oh, it's
It's gonna be great.
the band stuff but you have to shoot it really like full like
Mhm.
this. And then, but like in your mind, you're like, okay, we've got the backlight, we've got the poppy front, and then there's a fill in the back. So then like, once you color it, your backlight, your front, this like orange thing, and then the side.
And you don't lose any information in the shadows because it's all
And
lit properly.
There's no weird crustiness in the shadows.
So satisfying.
Oh yeah, so this is the creative part. It's all post group. So this one is like, so that's before, that's contrast, and then this is the creative look. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but
Yeah, it's a little more.
yeah. So you go more teal and orange.
Yeah,
It's actually really heavy teal and orange.
it's like you're playing into the dark a little bit more.
Yeah, so you can see down here the changes, and then you go like you drop off the saturation and the shadows, and it makes it nice and smooth. Ooh, these shots also just so good.
Well, yeah, with the sunset.
Dude, the teal and orange, like you didn't have to try; it was already there.
That's the thing. You plan ahead. You shoot for the time of day when the sun's gonna help you out.
Yep.
So what does it look like before the grade?
Yeah. Let me find a good clip.
With
There
the
was one
lens
shot
flare
in
too.
particular that it was. I think it was maybe this one. It's pretty good. This one is so saturated.
I mean, that's a cool shot, though.
I love how like you see people have been doing donuts.
Yeah.
On the top.
There's probably one relatively clean wide. Oh, this one. Okay. So like, here's a good example. It's so easy. Like you can do it in 2 notes. So that's before. Contrast. This is more like what you see when you're actually there, and then the lift creative.
Oh, wow.
It's so simple, but it looks so good.
Simple's better, usually.
Like dragging that little dot just off center did all of that teal.
Wow.
See, this is the kind of stuff where I'm like, I kind of knew they did sort of teach me in
Yeah.
school, but like,
It logically makes sense.
I
Like, oh, yeah, you
just,
add some teal to
I don't
shadows.
know how to approach it, you know?
Like for like all of the shadows and stuff before the lift, like for on your jacket, you can't really tell. But what I did was, if you look real close, this is what I do. I zoom all the way in here. You can see your lows. So this is your pants right here.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did was I balanced out the green because before it was more green, so I pull it down just a little bit with a big knob on the board, and then boost the blue a little bit, and then you get teal, and that's why you have teal in the shadows now. You can do it
Because you're
by-
kind of blending what's there.
The whole thing
but
is
there's
just
not much
manipulating
there.
RGB.
Right.
So if you can look at this and like you know how much red, green, and blue you have, then you can just like slide them like audio slider, like volume sliders. So like when I've got my rollerball, it's the same as dragging this around, but you can be more precise.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
Cool stuff,
Yeah.
man.